contact information. I don't want nobody freaking out and calling me. I don't have a bunch of women calling me whatever they want to call me. Welcome, guys, to Mgtow. And this title of this one is "Don't Walk Away, Run." Um, I'm no expert on this subject, but here's the deal: as I've seen, and I have just said back, I'm 60 years old, and I have seen guys make the same mistake over and over and over again, end up just miserable in their life. And the fact is, because the fact is that we have been totally misinformed and misled by feminism, by things that promote women above men. And this is what I'm going to explain today. I think it's pretty fair knowledge that when you're growing up as a guy and you like a girl or whatever, you approach them, they're going to say no. And most men, you know what? Out of 100 times you asking women, one of them's going to say yes. So that's our mind. That's our mind process. We're like, okay, I just got to keep trying until she says yes. This is like insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If women are telling you no, it's because the fact is that you're not attracting them for some reason. You don't have something to offer them. That's the bottom line. You have to have something to offer them, whether you have to have security. Okay, let me go through the. You got to have 2 years bank statements. You got to have tax returns. You got to have a credit report. You got to have a background check. You got to have a FICO score. You got to know and have a title to what you're driving, how long you drive it, whether it's on a lease, whether it's a rental, or whether you actually are paying payments to that. And she also wants to know how much the payments are per month. So for whatever reason, I don't know. So basically, you have to go through more requirements for a woman to go out with you than you do to qualify to get a weapon. Yeah. If you want to go, and I'm pro gun control. I mean, I like guns. I love guns. I've served in the military. Guns are my friend. I've learned that in combat. But some people do, some people don't. That's your deal. Okay. Just don't call me whenever you're on a bind. Somebody's got a gun to your head and ask me and expect me to freaking protect you. Dude, I ain't gonna do it because you wouldn't do the same thing for me. And this is what the mentality that we have to start learning is. The fact is that, you know what, why am I doing something for you when you won't do something in return? Should be a contract on that. You know, I think it's a marriage contract. There's nothing in the marriage contract. It just says the man will provide for the woman. So, and wives to submit to their husbands. Bullshit. They missed that part. And I don't want a woman who's submissive all the time. I want someone to speak her mind and has her opinions or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that I want common respect. And that is what men are deciding is we don't have the respect that we require at our home. Too many times, guys that I know that they're still in the workforce. I'm retired. But anyway, I'm like, hey, man, you want to go, grab a beer? No, I can't. I got to go home. I'm like, okay, so I'll call you later. Whatever. So they call me a couple hours later. I'm like, I said, where you at, man? He said, we're still at work. I said, you don't want to go home, do you? He said, no, I don't want to go home. And this is one of the reasons why men put in so many hours at work. They don't want to go home. I don't care what your job is. It doesn't really make any difference. Everyone has a job and they have its pitfalls, ups and downs. Sometimes it has great time. Anyway, you go through that and you go through it every day. You get up, you go to work, or whether you work 8 night shifts or whatever. You get up, you go to work, you put in, everything's expected. Everything's expected. You know how to handle the situation when it happens. You've been trained. So everything is normal. Everything is in your parameters. It's like, okay, I can handle what's going on. I can handle this. Except when you go home. You leave a chaotic situation at work, and then you go to another chaotic secession at work, at home. And it's like, damn, I ain't even had time to get home yet before the shit hits the fan. And I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the wife at home. She's got all kind of shit for you to do or bitch about or complain about her life. What's the matter, honey? They forgot to chill your rosé when you went out to brunch with your friends, or did they chip your nail when you went to the nail salon? What did they freaking do to make me have to go through so much grief to tell me how bad the world is out there? Shit, I just got back from it. But we're supposed to act, oh yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear. To be honest with you, guys could give a shit if you do your nails. The only reason we would care about you doing your nails is because that's that one less thing you got to bitch about. We are so tired of women being unhappy with men. Guess what? Go. Okay? We are produced by DNA that is actually being erased, because the fact is, as young men, we come up through high school. Boys have an energy level twice as much as you can possibly imagine. And the fact is, just to make them sit inside a room when they want to be outside running and playing and they want to be doing boy stuff, they have to sit inside and have to learn. Granted. But don't expect them, whenever you let loose them damn school doors, they won't be running out of there like they're escaping from jail. It's in their DNA. It's what they do. They like bugs. I don't know. But it's a part of their learning experience. We, as young men, we learn, hey, that's a dangerous bug. That's not a dangerous bug. Hey, that's a dangerous snake. That's not. Women, oh, the bug. Oh, God, kill the bug. Why do I got to kill the freaking bug for you? What rule did somebody write and say, you know what, you got to kill all the bugs? When you get married, you got to kill all the bugs. And rats. Women get freaked out about it. It's a damn rat. It's a rat. It's a rodent. I went off about that, but anyway, you kind of get the picture of where I'm going with this. The fact is that men have actually chosen to do these things for women out of some type of response from them of approval. Well, thank you for killing the bug. God goes, she said thank you. Shut. I am very cynical nowadays. Well, shit. I didn't want to see you swat the bug. I swat the bugs. Oh, thank you for killing the bug. Well, shit. I'm just sorry to see the bug go. But this is what it's come down to women. And women, they're feminists. They talk themselves into a corner. Just listen to them. Every woman that you can possibly imagine today, and there are exceptions, but anyway, they all have a AAA card. Okay? So if the tire breaks down, the car breaks down, whatever happens, they just call AAA. 9 times out of 10, it's a man who, in the rain, in the snow, whatever, comes out, fixes your flat, and you go on your way. That is expected. The guy's getting paid a job. He's expected to do that. Okay. How many women do that job? How many women got killed on the ice road truckers last year? No, because men do more dangerous jobs. Those dangerous jobs are required because our society needs that. However, the fact is, you want equal pay and you want equal rights, you ought to be able to do the same damn thing the man can do if you want the equal pay. If you want to learn how to do that job, then good. Go back to where every young man has to learn that job. Let's say, for example, you want to be a welder, okay? You just don't go out there and start welding shit. No. You got to train to be a welder. You got to go to school to be in the union, so you got to train. You got to spend time out in the refineries, on the oil wells, on certain jobs to be able to learn how to weld. See how this guy's welding. So you're an apprentice. You teach him one generation leads to another. Women don't get that. I don't want to go out there and be a welder. Just give it. Do you realize how much work this individual had to put in just to become a welder? While you're working your $250,000 job with a degree and starving to death, eating ramen noodles, paying off your student debt, because you know what? Your daddy ain't going to pay for that all their life. So now you're mad at your daddy and your mama because you can't move back home. And guess what? You're paying for student debt. What do I got to do now? I got to go get a man. So you go get a man. Man gets tired of your shit. And guess what? There you are again. You're in your 30s, 30, 35. The man supported you all the way till you're 30. Now you get 90. So you know what? I'm alone now. Nobody will go out with me because of the way I treated my husband. No one goes to go out with me because I put on airs, because the fact is that my husband was a welder making almost $150,000. Almost $1 million a year. Could be made $700,000 a year welding. That's only 6 months out of the year. But because my husband made all this money, I took credit for it. So I went and bought all the big, really fancy things or whatever. And guess what? Now I want him to pay for it and live in this house. You see where me might be a little pissed? Now you're 30, 35 years old. Guess what? Now you can't find a man because the men that are 30, 35 years old, guess what? We already learned our damn lesson. I should have learned this lesson a long time ago when my father was talking to me. I was playing Little League baseball and starting to play basketball. And, you get to that age where, things start to raise up, whatever. And then so my dad said, boy, get your mind off them girls. He said, baseball is going to take you a lot further than them girls are. I understand what he meant. I'm like, boys are boys. They don't chase girls. Well, come to find out, you know what? I didn't have a lot of girlfriends, but I played baseball. Loved to play baseball. I had a couple of girlfriends that were awesome to me at that time. They were awesome because the fact is they didn't really want anything from me. I didn't really want them. It was just, we got to be friends. But, well, sometimes friends with benefits. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is the fact is that I got a scholarship to play baseball. Okay? I got a scholarship. It didn't cost me any money to go play these games. It didn't cost me anything to go play ball games. It didn't cost me anything to go enjoy myself and to have a good time. It didn't. But when I went out with a girl, it cost me a shitload. I had to pay for the gas, I had to pay for the bill. And that was my treat because I wanted her to go out with me. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take you out. But guess what? I got more out of my baseball career than I ever got in a relationship. Why? I got a 4-year, because I got a degree. Then when I went to the Marine Corps, my degree helped me in the Marine Corps. Marine Corps career, that's an Army career. So guess what? I had a path to go by, and I didn't put a woman first. And if I did, then I failed. I look back at those guys that were working in the oil field. And in the oil field, when you work 7 days on, 7 days off. So they're gone a lot of times. A lot of times during the summer or during the spring and the summer, guys will work weeks, because the fact is that if they go ahead and they work 6 months straight, then they can take 6 months off. The bills are paid, everything's paid, so we take 6 months off. So they can go hunting, fishing, doing the shit they want to do. Now, the fact of the matter is, these women are sitting at home. I'm always home alone. Because I'm not making the money paying for the bills that you're freaking spending on your credit card, for God's sakes. If you look at right now, the United States of America, we can't pay our bills. Why? Because we run up our credit cards. Pretty soon you're going to run out of money. Women figure that out. Whenever a man's had enough, I'm going to run out of money, so I need to go find a replacement. That's all you are as a man, is just a replacement, just to be able to provide for her security, her safety, and whenever she wants you to kill a bug every once in a while. Everything else, she wants her own life. She wants to have her own credit card. She wants to do her own thing. She wants to go out, have her own life. And they're all Christian. They're all Christian women, or they pretend to be, or they are Christian women. And these Christian women, that's good, whatever. But you know what? They forget about the parts that the Bible has for them. We'll forget about that part, submissive to your husband, because that's a big deal. But let's think about this. Okay, submissive to your husband. Okay, not deal in vanity. And what do women do? Get their face painted up. I mean, you go out with a girl on Friday night, shit. By Sunday morning, you're like, who the hell is this? Who is she? So it's all a facade. They put forth a woman that you want to be, and they always take it to back and say, well, he's rough around the edges. I can change him. I'll change him. Brags to her, I'll change that about him. Just give me a few months. I'll change that about him. Okay. Well, if you're in love with me, why you want to change me? I do stupid shit as a man. Men do stupid shit. That's in our DNA. That's how we learn. Now, women are there to say, well, don't do that. Why? Because they learned it from their father. The father taught, said, but don't do that shit. But a man should not have parameters set on him that allow him to actually grow in life and to become an old man, because old men and men are missing from the society, because the fact is that we've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. We have been through the hard times. We have lived on top ramen and cheese. We have done all these things by ourselves. When you were going out with Joe Smuckatelli, who was making all this money off his daddy's business, and guess what, honey? He married you for 2 years, and guess what? You weren't what he expected to be, whatever. Now he's walking off with a divorce. You got a bunch of money, but guess what? You still sleeping by yourself now, and you can't talk to nobody. Now we go to the workplace. I see this happening more and more. Men, they don't want to work with a woman. They don't. Too much headache, too much work. Say for example, you're in an all men's group. It doesn't matter if you're Christian or whatever, but you know what? Men go into an all group and you got a problem. You're going to solve a problem, sales problem, whatever it is. You got to go. And I'll use that analogy from Apollo 13, where they're all in there and say, well, this is what we got to do. We got to put this in this square. We got to put this round ball in this square hole. The boss goes, let me have it. Let's go. Let's get some ideas. And then the big, well, shit, that won't work. No, but you know what? If you do that, maybe then you go back and forth or whatever. There ain't no feelings in there. There ain't no, it's like, we got a problem. Let's fix the damn problem. Okay. I don't really worry about hurting your feelings because your idea didn't work. Let me see if I can use something from your idea and let me build on that. That's how we solve problems. And we don't have time. Apollo 13 didn't have time for pronouns, for people to think about pronouns. They didn't have time to respect that you got a skirt on and to respect the fact that there's a certain way that I can talk to you, because there are certain ways that, men actually communicate with each other that women don't understand. Goes a long damn way in a man's world. Yep. All right. Nothing needs to be said. In other words, men have a capability of, when we get ready to say something, we go from point A to point B. Yeah, well, that's what I think. That's it. You listen to a woman, oh, shit, that line goes like this. Well, we're doing this and this. But she said it. She may piss me off. She pissed me off because she said this and it interrupted me. And we ain't never going to put the round ball in the square peg that way. Because now we're not worried about the problem. Now we're worried about this bitch over here that just fucking goddamn just interrupted me, and now you're going to take offense to it. And this is what the ability that men are losing. We're losing the ability to actually debate with one another, and we're actually unable to debate with women in the room. It's a whole different conversation when women enter the room. Many reasons. Number one, like I went over earlier, they're walking lawsuit. Say the wrong damn thing, and you're walking to the door. Because all she got to do is complain. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Next thing you know, you go to human resources. Why don't I? Well, because you make her feel uncomfortable. Well, what the hell does that even mean? So we have been conditioned to this. We have been conditioned to accept this. We have been conditioned to put our feelings aside, to put our emotions aside, and put whatever down just to get along. Now, I had a really hard time. I really had a hard time when I came back from, when I retired from the military. That was, 2009, 2010. And I'd been a Marine, and I was a soldier. I was an NCO in both. So I had that NCO mentality. It was like, you know what? All right, assholes, get in here. Get this done. Y'all can go home and get this done. If they needed help, okay, let me show you. I never asked anybody to do anything I couldn't do. But I had to create leaders, so I had them let me figure it out. I had to let them figure out whatever. The worst soldier, the worst Marine I've ever had in my life would come into me. Well, Corporal Seminole said this, or whatever. He hurt my feelings. My mouth just dropped right there. You're a Marine. Somebody hurts your feelings? You're a soldier. Somebody hurts your feelings? You're a man. Somebody hurts your feelings? Men don't have time for feelings. We don't have time to analyze every goddamn thing that you say and break it down like a shotgun. We come from a world, we'll say what you mean. Okay. You don't tell me you love me. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Hold your hand? Do you want me to put my arm around you? What do you want me to do? Because honestly, I don't want to get close to you because I'm afraid I'm going to do something wrong and get bitched at. And ladies, I'm telling you right now, if you're constantly saying negative things to your to your significant other, then I'm telling you right now, you're bitching to him. It's like, damn, can I do anything freaking right? You can't even do anything right when you sit down and watch a ball game. You grab your beer, you sit there, you take a piece of pizza, and damn, she won't leave you alone then. Let me give you an example. She'll go fix you a sandwich. If she does, she'll come bring you the sandwich. Thank you, baby. Bring you your drink. Thank you, baby. Eat my sandwich. One bite. Is it good? Did you like it? I put the jalapenos on there. You like that? I'm like, oh my God, it's a sandwich. And you multiply that by 5 or 10 times, and it's like, God dang. It's like these little robots, like Bill Burr said. And like Bill Burr said also, well, it's totally I agree with. They got that multitasking freaking lizard thing going on where they got two eyes where they can. Yeah, that's what they got going on. Weird. Okay. Okay. Avoid the bullshit. Okay. I'm not saying the men don't have problems, whatever, but we take a step back and let me think about this shit a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, I get it. Or you might have a buddy come over and say, what'd you think about this? And say, well, you know what? Hey, look at that. Think about that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's how we learn. That's how men learn. We don't learn from, well, I told you so. I told you not to do that. I told you couldn't do it. I told you that was going to happen. I ain't solving the damn problem. Matter of fact, you're just running me down because of the fact that now I feel too damn stupid. I feel too damn stupid to try another task. After a period of time, you wear me down. I mean, I don't try shit no more. I'm just going to work and coming home, and that's it. I'm miserable. This is our ultimate goal, man, is not to be miserable in your old age. If it is making your life miserable today and it is not part of your plan to how you want to grow old, cut it loose. Yes, you're going to take a hit. Yes, you're going to take a loss. You're going to take a loss. Half the shit you own is going to be gone. Half the shit and other stuff you're going to continue to pay for. But look at this. That's how much you paid to be happy. You paid this amount. It's your mistake. Own up to it. Walk out the door and start taking. They're going to come after you anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. They're going to come after your child support, alimony, whatever the hell. So you know what? Just chalk it up and say, well, that's the price I pay for being a nice guy and trying to actually create a family. This is what I did. I created it, and I'm not going to die miserable. I'm not going to die miserable because the fact is that while I'm dying, I'm going to have somebody telling me that I'm not dying right, that I'm not doing it right, that I'm not doing something that's supposed to be. It's not like the movies or whatever. What was that? There was skit. Sinbad just said whatever. When you get older, man, you don't want a young girl because she's like, when you're having a stroke, you want to be like, you want somebody to recognize it's a stroke. And somebody's saying, well, why are you looking at me funny? Stop looking at me funny. No, I want to like, here, your medication. You take your damn medication, And that young thing may look, but man, younger they are, the more money you're gonna pay. Because that's the way the judge looks at it. You know what? She can't support herself. She didn't get graduated. She ain't graduated college. She ain't been no nurse. Well, guess what? You're going to have to pay for her ass. You're gonna make up for it. We're gonna make up for her damn laziness. They ain't gonna come after you, but just think of it this way: that's the price I paid for my freedom. This is the price that I paid to be a free man and how to run my own life. And I will know better the next time because I will not make that commitment again. It costs too much. That commitment that you make to a woman who will not honor that commitment is going to cost you in the long run, one way or the other. I see men all the time. They're like, what are you going to do? Because you get to the point where, financially, it's like, shit, I'm old. I'm like, I'm fucking old. Shit. Can't do nothing, can't whatever. Bullshit. Get up off your ass. Send her, kick her to the curb, and be happy. Be happy. There are plenty of women in the pool right now between 35 and 50 that know that lesson, that are coming to me and saying, you know what, well, you know what, we screwed up, and, you know, can you give me a second chance? Hell no, I ain't giving you a second chance. I will never, and men need to think about this, you will never put yourself in that position to be taken advantage of and to have your life taken away from you, and to have your choices taken away from you, and basically have your rights taken away from you. Look at the Bill of Rights in our Constitution, and then compare it to your marriage. Okay, that should be all we need to say. Look at the Bill of Rights in our U.S. Constitution, and see and compare it to your life today. See, I have a right to freedom of speech. Fuck that. I have a right to bear arms. You know what? Not in my house. I have a right to an attorney. You damn sure you have a right to an attorney. You're right about that, because you know what? She's gonna bring her in and take half your shit. So if you're a young man and you're starting to feel this pressure right now, I'm telling you right now, get out while you can, because the fact is that it's going to get worse. I'll end up with this because this is a big subject for men that are turning older, or young men that are coming up or whatever, because yes, we're men. Okay, we are. We're manly men. We're alpha males. They hate us. We're sigma males. They hate us. There's no man. They hate everybody, except for the guys that they can manipulate, which are, unfortunately, we're looking at the transvestites right now. Hell, the transvestites just gave up and said, you know, I don't want to be a man no more. It's easier being a woman, based on the, because these guys are like, you know what, fuck, I can't be a man. It's too much work. So now we have a generation of men who are turning into women because women seem to be the best option of getting what they want. So the sex thing always comes up. Sex things always comes up. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're a married man, you know, I understand that, you know, you can't hit it like, you know, like you used to or whatever. But if you're having to freaking work, okay, if you're having to freaking do shit to earn sex, no, that ain't right. If you got to worry about, well, I think I'm feeling a little frisky here tonight, so, you know, I'm going to see if mama. But then it dawns on you, oh, shit, she wants me to fix that screen door, or I'm going to have to do the deck, I'm going to have to re-roof the house. Oh, shit, I'll have to buy her a damn new truck, I'm going to have to do something. And prostitution's illegal. Being in bed, hey, look, I fixed the light bulb. Can I have something? And then the fact of the matter is that then it's really not any, because she didn't really want to anyway. She's like, okay, whatever. She don't want to unless she sees Joe Mgtow down there who ain't got no responsibility but looks good, 6-pack, whatever. She'll take some of that because you're taking care of all the responsibilities. It's a win-win. I get sex over here from him, and you know what? I get money from him. Now, I'll close this up is the fact that I mentioned prostitution. If you look the words up, it's exchanging sex for money. Okay? So, porn is prostitution. Okay? Providing sex for money is what it also can include sex for services rendered. So, in other words, let's say, for example, my requirement is I have to go fix the roof or fix or build the deck or finish the deck or whatever job you have to do to actually be able to have sex. If she doesn't have a headache, then guess what? It's prostitution too. It's just in a different form. It's called marriage. Today, three out of four divorces ended. Marriages ended divorce. Sorry, excuse me. Three marriages out of four ended divorce. if you're a young man, take a look at that shit. Look at them odds. And then take you $100 and say, you know what? Where's your better odds? I can take this $100 and bet on marriage, or I can take this $100 down to the freaking crap table, and I have better luck winning at the crap table than I do in marriage. We got individuals that are just miserable in their marriage, and where's women? Well, let's go to therapy. All therapy is this. It's because the fact is that it's just a piece so the woman can put you into a place to where you are locked in, and having your opinion does not fit into society. Ladies and gentlemen, men do not fit into society for a purpose. We are the protectors. We are the builders. We are the individuals who have to go down, okay, that nuclear power plant and fix the leak. We're the individuals who have built nations. We have done so without any book saying that, well, we got to listen to women. We got to dress like women. We went out and we got it done. And the old West was conquered by a bunch of cowboys. Now, you know what? You talk about cowboys. I have lived the cowboy life. I used to ride horses. I used to ride bulls. I used to do all that shit. Don't believe me, I don't care. But anyway, the fact is that cowboys is an old way of life. Because you went out and you got shit done. You need sex. Go in town, pay for sex. But come Monday morning, have your ass back in the saddle. But the whole marriage thing has gotten away because the fact is that now there's more expected from you than there is on the others. So in other words, you're not taking a wife to actually start a family. You're actually just adding to your family because that's just somebody else you got to provide a roof for, food, and whatever. Nail jobs, all kind of jobs, hair jobs, spa jobs, all the kind of everything else, except blow jobs. You don't get none of that shit no more. Or if you do, it's like, no, fuck, you got to make her do it. Or it's like, men don't want to try no more. It's not that we're lazy. It's just the fact is that, you know what? Look at women today, and you look at the past record, and you look at how marriage is in. You look at relationships, whatever, and a more man is forced to change his behavior, to change everything he is or believes in, and cannot be himself, because if he is, he has problems, and once he receives those problems, it just operates and gets worse. It's my 2 cents. Pretty slack a share out of me, and I don't care. But I like to get a lot of guys that are listening to the Mgtow movement. These guys started, I think, about 3 or 4 years ago when I started paying attention. But they have some good points, and it really explains a lot about American culture, or the worldwide culture, and where we're heading, and the disappearance of man as we know it, and proof positive. We have men that are turning into transvestites because being a woman is easier. Gay men are getting pissed off at transvestites because, I have to say this. I don't really care what a man does in his bedroom. That doesn't make no difference to me or whatever. But as a straight man, I don't understand it. It's my understanding. I mean, I don't understand it. That doesn't attract me. That doesn't. So that's just my personal opinion. But I respect your right to have that right, and I respect your right to have that opinion. And if that's what floats your boat, all right, bro. Just don't do that shit around me, man. I mean, you wouldn't want me to freaking make it out with my chick in front of you, Like, goddamn, man, get a room, do handling, When they say, get a room, bro. It's like, yo, get a room, man. The same shit. But that's my 2 cents. I'm living with these decisions. I'm living with what I'm seeing, and I'm looking at society as a whole. And men are actually taking a back seat because the fact is that we have been conditioned to, and we have been trained to, and we need to get that male spirit and that male pride back. And we need to understand that walking away sometimes is better for us than staying. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys. I'm in. I'm out. Keep powder dry, guys. Catchy as fuck.